Hello everyone, welcome back to Data Muna channel. Today, I tracked my life for 30 days using Excel. Sleep time, screen time, money, even how often I eat rice. And Excel exposed me. Let's build my life tracker dashboard together using Excel. So here, as you can see, is my data set containing details of how I've been spending my life for the past 30 days. So you can see details on the hours of sleep, the money spent in Naira, the number of times I ate rice in the month, the screen time hours, my study hours, and also calls I made to friends. So right now, we're going to be using Excel to summarize all of this, which will enable me to see everything in just one view, right? Because right now, this is confusing, so you cannot really say which one is which. We're about to see my life in just 1 second. That's just a joke, right? But then that is true. This will guide me through making the right decisions if I need to change some things, adjust my sleeping time, reduce my screen time, or check the ways I've been spending during the course of the month. So let's go, guys. Right here, we're going to input in the details we want to summarize out. Right here, you can see all the information I want to summarize, from the average sleep hours to total money spent, total number of times rice was eaten, the average screen time hours, the average study hours, the total study hours, the total sleep hours, the maximum calls to friends, and also the minimum calls to friends. So these are actually simple calculations in Excel, but this is us using Excel to make something fun. This is using Excel to track your day-to-day life activities, right? Just as I'm doing for myself right now. For average sleep hours, you'll be using the average function. So equal to average, open bracket. You highlight all of the data range, which is this, then press your control shift down, then you close your bracket. So here we can see that the average sleep hours I'm having is 6.3 hours. So I sleep for an average of 6.3 hours in a month. So let's check the total money spent, money I spent in a month. So we'll be using the sum function. Click on this, highlight the range, and then close your bracket. So guys, let's change this to currency. To do that, right click on the cell and you can see format cell, click on it, and you move here under currency. I spent Naira. So we change this to Naira. You can change this to any currency symbol of your choice. Yes, then press my OK. Alright, so you can see I spent a total of 102,916 Naira in a month. Amazing. I wonder what I spent them on. So let's proceed right to the total number of times I ate rice. I'm really eager to see this. Pressure equal to then sum. We're also using sum. Note that anytime you are using total, you want to like sum up everything. You use the sum function. If you are looking for the average, use the average function. Do you guys get? So we'll be using the sum function. Since sum sums up things together, it adds up things together. I hope you understand that basic calculation, right? So the same thing we highlight using your control shift down and you close your bracket, press your enter. Wow. Oh my god. So I ate rice 48 times this month. I can't believe this. I really cannot believe this. I really need to reduce my intake of rice due to carbohydrates and maybe shuffle it with. It's just because rice is that easy food you can eat without thinking about it. Or what do you think, guys? So let's move to the average screen time hours. This we are also using the average function. Open bracket, highlight this, close your bracket, you press your enter. So my average screen time hours is 7.4. So let's just approximate this to 7. So I scroll through my phone or I use my phone for an average of 7 hours. My average screen time hours is even greater than my sleep hours. I really need to do better. But then most of the time I use my phone to do simple research. Maybe when I want to do a data collection for a specific type of data analysis, I use my phone to do the research before moving to my system to be able to visualize and clearly see the things I've been able to search on. Do you guys understand? So I think that's why my screen time hours is very high because I did most of that this month. So let's check for the average study hours. I'm currently not a student, but I read books, so that will just shuffle it for it. So when you see the result, you don't think I'm a serious student. So let's check. It goes to average, open bracket, 30 hours, control shift down, and close your bracket. Wow. You see, I told you guys, so you guys won't judge me. So my average study hours for this month is 3.36 or approximately 3.37, which we can approximate to 3. The reason why we can approximate it to 3 is because the decimal value after our point is lower than 5. Assuming the decimal value after our point is greater than 5, then we'll approximate it 4. Do you guys understand? standard. So now let's check the total study hours, at least to check the total number of study hours in the month using the sum 101 hours. Wait, how many hours are there in a month? Let's just do the calculation. Total hours. This is just those having fun with Excel, right? So just have fun. That's how many hours are there in a day? 24. So 24 multiplied by 30 days. Wow. Out of 720 hours, I spent 101 hours studying. That's quite okay for someone who is currently not an undergrad. But for a student, I wouldn't say that is okay actually. So let's check my total sleep hours equals to some open brackets, control shift down, close your bracket, enter. 189 hours. Wow. So I slept for 189 hours in this month. The reason is I had a lot to do. I had a lot of work to attend to. I'm actually going to work on that because my health is a priority. So this is Excel just telling me right now that I really need to work on that aspect. Because sleeping enhances your health and it's something very important. So I'm going to take that very important in this new month. Yes, I'm doing that. So let's check for maximum number of calls to friends. I don't have friends that much, but I have friends that I call very well because we have important stuff to discuss on. Sometimes on work, sometimes on other things. So let's check the maximum number of calls. We are using the maximum function, max, open bracket, click on this, press Ctrl Shift down, and close your brackets. 5. So there's one friend I called 5 times. That's fair enough. Let me check the minimum. So instead of us rewriting the formula, you can just drag it down. You can see this big plus. You can also see this arrow key plus. But if you want to drag down, you use this small plus. Can you guys see this small plus? Then you drag it down. This will replicate the same formula you had in the previous cell today, like next cell. Then we just change this to minimum instead of maximum. Can you guys see what I did? We just changed it to minimum instead of maximum. There's your enter. So there are days when I did not call anybody. Yeah, that's fair enough. So this is a summary data of 30 days of my life, right? And I also want you guys to track your life, know what is happening in your life, so you know how to make decisions. As I'm saying now, I see that I need to like sleep, at least increase my sleep hours because of my health, and reduce my intake of rice and shuffle in with other delicacies just for my health. Actually, my funds also need to track what I actually spent money on and all of those stuff, so you guys can also do the same. You see, this helps me to track my month easily and enhances my decision making for productivity. Let me visualize this so I can see them all in one view. Click on your insert. Then the first one will be hours of sleep. And you know we are working by day, so that means it's a trend. You highlight this column so Excel can know that is what you're using. And you can see that Excel already recommended line charts for us. Can you guys see? So yes, I want line chart. Line, I want to be able to select which one I want. So should we go for the one with markers? I think that works well actually. And press OK. So right here I can see my sleep time when it went up, when it went down. We can see day 1, day 2, I was at 6 hours. Day 3, I was at 8 hours. That's fair enough. Let me expand this so you can see very well. You can see day 5, my sleep hour really went down to 4 hours. Wow. I really need to remember what I did that day that made it reduce. But I think I was working basically. That would have been the reason. And you can see I had many of 4 hours of sleep during the month. And I think this is just showing me to tell me that in this month of September, I really need to be intentional about my hours of sleep because it is very, very important, right? So you guys do the same. I told you earlier, do the same. So let's just copy this and go paste it in a new sheet. Come here, you don't need this now. Next, use a bar chart to compare between my screen time and my study hours. Is there about to do something? So what do we do now? We come here under insert and insert a bar chart. So let's use a column chart. Yes, I want it to be like this. Okay, wow. The study hours are in red, the screen time hours are in blue. Just copy it and paste it here. Let's name it study versus screen time hours. Let's just check one more before we call it a close. At least you can see Ege has casted me. Let's check the number of times rice was eaten. I want to check which day I ate rice the more. This can be applied for any type of data set, guys. I believe we made it explanatory enough. You use sum for if you want to get the total number of something, you use the sum function. If you want to get the average, you use the average function. And also if you want to visualize it, that's why we're using the charts right now. So you can use this for any type of data set basically. Also, I forgot to mention, whenever you want to create a chart for a specific column, ensure to highlight the column before moving to insert the chart, so that Excel can know that you are only creating the chart for the specified column. So go to insert by using trend, which is line. That's already recommended, and I think I prefer this. No, I don't want it to give me this range. So let's go back and pick the one of our choice, the line chart with marker, so it will enable our visualization. Wow, sometimes I eat rice 3 times a day. That's really amazing. I'm going to work on that, trust me, guys. I'm going to work. So that's all for visualizing my life in a day. So that's my life activity in Excel. Sleep time, morning spent, food intake, and communication. Who knew Excel could be this fun? If you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. See you on the next one. Bye.